So in this video, I'm going to break down what exactly you need to do if you are running ads, but you are just not getting the kind of results you want, or you are just not getting the kind of patients you actually want to work with. So tell me if this is true. Like you are running ads and yeah, you might be getting leads, but they're not the kind of people you actually want. They are jumping from one offer to another. They're comparing you with 10 other clinics and they're only asking one question, which is how much is it? And when they do come in, they're difficult. They question everything. They want more for less, and they usually don't come back. And you're thinking maybe Meta just brings in bad leads. Maybe ads don't work for my clinic or my area. And the people in my area only care about the price. So now you're stuck in this loop where you're spending money on ads, but the people coming in don't feel worth it. But here's what's actually happening. The way your service is being presented is turning you into a commodity. And when you look like a commodity, people treat you like one. They compare, they shop around, and they pick the cheapest option. Not because they're bad patients, but because your marketing is making them behave that way. So how do you actually fix this? It's not by changing the platform. It's not jumping onto TikTok ads. It's not by tweaking your targeting. It's by changing what you are actually selling. Now, of course, like the platform or the targeting could be an issue, but it's almost always by like changing how you position what you are selling. Right now, most clinics are selling treatments like they are commodities. Botox, lip filler, laser, and the moment you do that, you've made yourself comparable. Now the patient is thinking, who has it cheaper? Where's the best deal? And that's exactly how you end up attracting price shoppers. So how do you solve this? And the answer is packaging, and not in the way you probably think. Let me explain this in a simple way. There's this idea that I learned from Stephen Bartlett, The Diary of a CEO, that the frame matters more than the picture. Like, think about an Apple store. If you walk into a typical electronics shop, everything is kind of cluttered, phones are stacked together, wires are everywhere, it feels very messy. Now, compare that to an Apple store. One phone sitting on a table with space all around it. Same product, completely different perception. Why? Because of how it's presented. Like, we inherently know real estate is expensive. So if we see something taking up a lot of space, a lot of real estate, it feels expensive, right? Think about art galleries. Like there's one single piece of art in a huge wall. It's not like most like premium or high end art galleries don't put two single pieces of art together very closely together. Like they make sure there's space around it. So when something has space around it, when it's positioned cleanly, when it's framed properly, it feels more valuable. Not because it's different, but because it's presented differently. So how do you implement this philosophy into your ads as well? Like Botox is Botox, lip filler is lip filler. Every clinic offers it. But if you present it like everyone else, you look like everyone else. And when you look like everyone else, people compare you like everyone else, which is on price. Packaging is what creates that space around your service. It's what changes how people perceive it. It's what takes you from just another clinic offering Botox to this is something different. This feels higher value. So how do you exactly package your services in a way that makes it feel like higher value, or it does, or it doesn't end up making people compare you to every other clinic down the road? The first step is you ask yourself, what's the easiest win you can give a new patient? Like, what's low risk, something that they can try and see some sort of result without having to, put in a lot of risk, um, or without having to spend a bunch of money. So it's usually not your most expensive treatment. It's usually not your most advanced procedure. It's something simple, low risk, and quick result. That could be Botox, lip filler, a facial, a laser session. Now you might ask yourself, well, I wanna I want to sell the treatments. Like I bought this huge expensive machine that I'm spending, I don't know, $30,000 a year on service contracts. I want to use that machine to make sure I actually, make a profit off of the expense I'm paying. And you are right to think so. The thing is, you get them in on a simple treatment. You give them a result. You make them feel like, okay, you make them see the changes, and then you sell them on the expensive treatment. I'm not saying you should never sell your expensive treatment. I'm saying the bait you put with the ad should be something that feels low risk but gives them a result. And once they have that result, sell them on whatever. Like once the trust is built, you upsell them into higher pricier treatments. So that's the first step. You pick a treatment that can work with cold traffic, because you pick a treatment that feels low risk but still gives the patient a result. And then you think about, like, what result does this actually give the patient? Not Botox, but smoother forehead, softer expression, a more refreshed look. Make a list of all the outcomes or results the treatment you picked gives the patient. Now, the third step is, and this will all come together towards the end. The third step is you add value without high cost. Now we turn it into something bigger. You ask yourself, what can I add that increases value without increasing my cost much? And this is where most people overcomplicate it. You don't need to invent anything crazy. You just need to add things that naturally make sense with the treatment. For Botox, here are some things that make perfect sense. You could add a lip flip, small units. Like it complements Botox, but it's usually very low extra cost to you. Brow lift enhancement, same product, but just smarter placement. Hyperhidrosis consult, sweating treatment awareness. If you offer that, it opens door to higher ticket later. Masseter assessment, again, opens door to an upsell pathway. Skincare starter kit, super simple stuff that you can add to the package. Now, these are things that you are just brainstorming of things you could add to the package, things that doesn't cost you a lot of money to deliver. Maybe you can also add a SPF or medical grade sunscreen sample, extremely cheap, but feels premium. None of these cost you much, but to the patient, it feels like I'm getting more than just Botox here. Like, think about it. Like, they see that this package not only contains Botox, but all these other things that you've added. They are going to feel like, okay, there's a lot of things that this clinic is offering that I don't get with other clinics. See how that makes you stand out. See how that makes you not comparable to 10 other clinics, because nobody else is going to offer the exact package that you offer. And here's the part most people miss. A lot of you are already doing some of this. You're already assessing the face, planning treatments, explaining aftercare, but you're not presenting it. You're not packaging it. So a lot of clinics, maybe you are one of them. They offer some sort of, let's say, AI facial scan, but they don't say it in the ad itself, right? You are also, even if you are not doing some fancy AI 3D scan, you are still assessing their face, you're doing a facial analysis, and you're coming up with a treatment plan. Why not make that a part of the, pieces, like a part of the whole package? Like maybe like the package could like look like 10-20 units of talks, a lip flip, a skincare grade a skincare starter kit, and then a facial analysis or a treatment plan, a facial assessment by a provider, something like that, right? So you're already doing that, but you add that as a specific part of the package to make it feel higher value. Now, step four is where you make the whole thing click. You don't just present the package, you anchor the value. You break down what everything would cost on its own. For example, Botox treatment, let's say it's $300. You add a lip flip, $80. Skincare, another $40. Full assessment and planning, $100. Now, suddenly, this isn't just Botox. This is a $500 plus experience. But instead of charging for everything separately, you bundle it together and present it as one package. For example, you say instead of $520, you get the full treatment for $349. Now the patient isn't thinking, is this cheaper than the clinic down the street? They're thinking, this is actually a really good deal for everything I'm getting. And by the way, these numbers don't have to be exact. The point isn't perfect pricing. The point is giving the patient a clear sense that I'm getting more than what I'm paying for. So that's how you break out of price competition, because now you're not competing on price anymore. You're competing on value, and that's what you want. So this is how you create a package that converts with cold traffic and converts on ads. And the final step is naming. This is more important than most people realize, because if you don't name it properly, it feels like the same thing everyone else is offering. So most clinics use feature-based names, things like Botox treatment, lip filler, 1 ml, forehead Botox, and these are just descriptions. And when you describe something like that, people compare it on price. So instead, you want to name it based on the transformation. So I was looking at this other clinic, and I think they were saying lose your tummy in without surgery, something like that. That's sort of what their package was named. Another body contouring treatment package I saw, they named their treatment as tummy rescue. So that kind of sounds catchy, and it doesn't say Morpheus. Sorry, it doesn't say M Sculpt Neo. Although I believe that's the you know treatment they were using for the body contouring. I'm not sure, but it says tummy rescue. So you can kind of see how it's connected or tied to the outcome or the result, right? So instead of saying Botox treatment, you can say smooth forehead treatment, natural look Botox package, refreshed and relaxed look. Instead of lip filler, you say lip balance package, defined and natural lips, soft volume enhancement. Now the focus shifts from what is this to what will this do for me. And when you combine that with everything we just built, the package, the added value, the anchored pricing, it feels like completely different. Not just another treatment, but a clear outcome driven experience. And that's what makes people choose you instead of comparing you. I hope this was useful. I want you to take what you learned here. There's this doc that you see on my screen is going to be in the description. Um, Use it to revamp your packages, revamp your offer with the ads. But if you'd like our help with all of this, we have this awesome offer where we get you an additional 10 to 30 new patients a month on pure performance, and you only pay for the ones who book, show, and actually buy your treatment. So if that sounds at all interesting, there's going to be a calendar link at the in the bottom description where you can book a call with me, and we can map out a plan together for your clinic. Thanks for watching this video.